Hey, welcome back to Studio Golf XL as we play Ashley Plantation. Be the front nine today, do the back nine on the next video, so look for that soon. I know we like to see different courses, and this is going to be a repeat of Ashley, but I promise other courses are coming soon. Let's get started. Okay, first hole is a 570-yard par 5. Push the drive just a little bit left, but no trouble there. I'll be fine. Okay, the newest club in the bag is a 5 hybrid. Used it here for the second shot. Did not swing it with a lot of confidence, but I'll be fine right there. Okay, the third shot with a 6 iron. I did not expect to take on the trees quite that much, but everything turned out okay. I'm at the top of the hill. Okay, there wasn't a great place to set up the camera, but don't worry, all you're missing is an awful chip. I flail it out to the left. Pretty disappointing, but I do have a par putt. Alright, I set up the putt here. Did not have a great angle for the camera. It's pretty thin over there, so you can't quite see the ball. Trust me, I hit it here in just a second. And I make a decent run at the par, but it just slides by. So pretty makeable bogey putt coming up right here. I just clean up everything, and we're down for a 6. 1 over par off to the second hole. And sometimes we all have tee shots that just work for us, and the second hole here is no problem. Put it right on the green with my 8 iron, and we're dancing. Okay, so this is a little disappointing. Definitely a quick putt. I was going to have a lot of left to right in it. Hit it with a little bit too much pace, and I also did not read enough break. So you'll see it has a decent line, but it slides by the hole, and most troubling, too far past the hole. I leave myself about 10 feet coming back up for the par. When you hit a bad putt like that, you leave yourself difficulty trying to save par, and unfortunately, I take a decent run at it, but just goes over the edge of the hole. I'm going to clean that up for a very disappointing 3 putt and another bogey. I'm 2 over heading to the third hole. Okay, the good news is the driver's going straight. The bad news, a little timid on my swings to start the round, and I did not cover a fairway bunker, as you'll see on the next shot. Okay, here's the first really bad swing of the day. I just hook it right out of the bunker and leave myself some more work to get to the green. Yeah, it shouldn't be here with the third shot, but at least it worked out pretty well. And I'm able to stick it pretty close to give myself a chance at par.
That carried more than I thought it was going to.
Okay, fortunate to have a par putt on this hole, but not as close as it should have been. Generally, I'm happy with the pace, but man, what a terrible read. Left it well below the hole, and I'm going to have to try to clean that up for bogey. Definitely need to keep the 3 putts off the card. Already have 1, but I stood over this one, and I'm able to go ahead and clean that up. So that's going to be a bogey 5 and going to be 3 over heading to the next hole. Okay, 3 holes, 3 bogeys. Let's see if we can't do better on number 4. The drive worked out. I'll be in the middle of the fairway hitting my second shot. There'd be no excuse for a bad shot here. There's not a lot of trouble around the green. I put a really good swing on this, and we'll be dancing with an opportunity for birdie. A pretty makeable birdie putt here, but I was thinking about my last round at Ashley where I 3-putted this green. So definitely hit this with, we'll say a little less enthusiasm than I should. It makes a decent run at birdie, but just doesn't quite get to the hole, but leaves me with a very easy par putt, which I'm able to convert. And we'll move on to hole 5, which is a par 6 at 3 over par, looking for some good things to happen. All right, the 5th hole at Ashley is a 640-yard par 6 with a pond down to the right. I'm usually pretty conservative and try to go way left to avoid the water. Mission accomplished. All right, just trying to play conservatively. I apologize for 2 tracers. I did clip the tree, but I'm up about 170 yards. No trouble. Okay, time for my second regrettable swing of the day. I just think I was misaligned Put that 6-iron dead straight, but unfortunately out of position. I wish I could tell you we were done with the trouble, but unfortunately it did not hit that sand wedge the way I wanted and left it short.
What did you hit?
Time for my 5th shot. Just going to try to get it up there, nestle it close to the hole. And no, I sculled it over to the left. Me off this godforsaken hole. Just going to try to putt it up here. If not make it, at least a nice little 2-putt. At least we can walk away with a bogey. First putt wasn't bad, just goes right by the hole. Unfortunately, the golf gods didn't think I was done paying for my transgressions, and my second putt lips out. So that's a 3-putt and a very disappointing double bogey. Golf gods must have thought they owed me one, as you'll see on this hole. Again, not a bad drive. I'm in a good position, but a little timid. Not as far as I would have liked. All right, 180 yards out, and I'm using 4 hybrid. Way up on the hill, but you are not going to believe the kick that I got. In an excellent position for birdie. Sometimes you have a day where all the putts fall. Today is not one of those days. So good run at the birdie. It just slides by the hole, kind of the story of the day. Fortunately though, that'll leave me a pretty makeable par putt to make up for that double bogey on the last hole. And I will leave this hole 5 over par, heading to number 7. And number 7 is a 240-yard par 3 with a pretty significantly elevated tee box. So I put a decent shot down there, but unfortunately I found the bunker. Alright, so I did find the bunker. Second shot be pretty straightforward. I do get out of the bunker pretty easily. I do leave it short, so I have a tricky par putt. Okay, this is really way too challenging of a par putt. I think the key to good scores is giving yourself scoring opportunities. And after a poor tee shot and a second shot not much better, I do make a pretty good run at it, but unfortunately no par on this hole. As with the others though, pretty easy clean up putt. I'm able to convert the 2-putt and I walk away with a bogey. On to number 8. Alright, number 8's a 366-yard par 4. Usually don't have any trouble with the tee shot. I was happy with the contact, not happy with the line. Alright, just sent it a little too far, so tree trouble, had to come out under it. I did advance it pretty well up toward the hole. Alright, with the lob wedge, just looking to give myself a chance for par, and mission accomplished. Pretty decent pitch up to the hole. Alright, here we go again. A putt that's longer than it should have been. I am happy to have a par putt after having to punch out on my second shot, but this one wasn't hit particularly well. I did read the break, just not enough, and I left it too short. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, so at least I'm converting on the second putts. That's a bogey. Alright, and we will finish up number 9 with a pretty short par 4, only 340 yards. I hit it well, but also well left. Alright, second shot was only about 85 yards, and fortunately plenty of room over there. Just a little bit off with my sand wedge, and I left it short. Alright, third shot, and again, chipping around the green has really let me down in this round, and this hole is no exception. That's got to be where I invest my practice time. I've got a new chipper in the bag, and ultimately I think it's going to pay dividends, but this one just gets sculled across the green. Don't have a good feel for pace yet and just put way too much on it. Generally on line, but well past the hole. Okay, here we go again. A putt longer than it should have been. Generally happy to have a par putt here. Generally happy with the read and the pace. Just leave it on the low side of the hole and don't quite hit it hard enough to get there. But pretty easy cleanup for a bogey, and that'll finish the front 9 with a 45, 8 over par. Will the back 9 be better? Check out the next video and let's see. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.